Hello guys, welcome back to this channel, and my name is Cedric, a young and passionate rabbit farmer here in Ghana. So today's video I actually want to share with you guys some failures that I have encountered right as a rabbit beginner, and now I could call myself an intermediate, whereas I don't know like the main concept of it, right? So there are so much things that have been going on recently, and it is trying to let me put it in a way, like it is trying to have an impact on my production, right? So just missing out everything about this concept of rabbit farming will lead you to fail a rabbit farming, right? It will just lead you to fail in it, and I just want you guys to listen to me like closely, okay? There isn't a way you as a beginner would start and tell me that you will make it in rabbit farming, or like let's say you think that it's a good venture, right? You think it's a good venture and you have the belief that you can make it in rabbit farming. Don't think it is a get rich quick scheme, right? In every business there are disadvantages, a lot, right? So if you don't dive into it like deeply to understand the main concept of what you are doing, the purpose of what you are doing, then you are going to encounter some failures, and you think that okay, yes, you are trying hard, you are failing, you are trying, but if you don't understand the concept, then you are just going to get everything wrong. But the main purpose of this video is to just let you guys know what has been going on and how I'm trying to deal with some things. Although it's a small scale, but I don't think there's a lot to do with it, right? There's a lot to do with it if it is done right. Okay, so just as a beginner, you starting, for us, you know, kids will think okay, rabbit farming is like everyone can venture into it, like it is as easy as it's said, right? So you can just venture into it, you can start, and you can start making profit because they are highly prolific animals and they produce a lot, right? But not understanding that it comes with a lot of work, then you might find yourself starting it but like doing it in the wrong way or other things, right? So starting, not having a good structure, not having a good environment, because you living in a compound house, then you cannot say that you want to produce rabbit at that particular area, right? You are not capable of doing that, right? Like just not having a good structure, and also poor management has been one of the major reasons, and also poor marketing skills, right? As a beginner, you don't know how everything is done. If people don't know you in your area or in your specialized area, right? If people don't know you well, then it might be difficult for them to come to you to buy rabbits, right? So not understanding the concept, in other words, can be copying what other people's are doing, right? One man food is another one poison, right? So doing what others are doing and not focusing on what is your experience, right? What is your research based on what others are doing, right? What can you implement from what others are doing to your farm to better yours, right? When I talk about like taking everything out there, implementing it to your farm, right? Thinking that okay, if it has been working for this guy, then it should work for me as well, right? Everybody has his own race, right? So what others are doing, you can look at that and try to change some things from it, make your own research in it, and like you try to take out some important things out of it before implementing it on your farm or on your small scale businesses, right? Now this is not just mainly for rabbit farming, but it is like in any area as well. In any area of business, it is there, right? So also having poor structure, you know, first we used to have this wooden cage. You just insist your parents, they'll get a carpenter for you, just build anything for you, just start with it, right? Just start with it, and in the long run it isn't gonna help you at all. It is not going to help you. And again, having poor environment, starting, you don't have enough of the capital to say that you are going to like make it in a form of like one room. You know, we have different systems. We have the indoor and the outdoor systems. So in the matter of the indoor system, you will think that okay, if you have the space, then you can just put up a structure, but you don't have that capital, right? Which can end up to some conditions, right, due to the weather conditions and other stuffs, right? So considering about the systems that you want to use, then you should always look out for what will work best for you, right? Know what works for you, implement it, and just move forward with it, right? What others are doing, implement that, make more research on it. Then if it's okay for you, then you can start using it as well. Now, as I said earlier, listen to me very, very carefully. This is like a day-to-day thing, right? So you need to be very, very vigilant, consistent, and just, you know, do the right thing at the right time, and everything can settle down for you. As you can see here, it's just scattered. Like, I just want to bring out everything to you guys so that you will know how everything is going, right? This place is not like a good place for you to say you want to have your rabbit production, right? But in a case where you don't have the adequate finance, you know, you just try to use what you have. You know, that's why I said know what works for you before you try using it. If you know what works for you, then you are capable of repeating that every time to get the same result, right? But you wandering around using every method that everyone brings it out, using every style of doing things, then you will always be behind, stay behind, not knowing what's going on, right? You're still in the past, working on things that have been improved already, and also not having a chance to know more about that aspect that you are specialized in, right? So I would really want to lay emphasis on experimenting things by yourself, and knowing what works and what doesn't work. Okay, now with this aspect, it's very important. If you don't understand it, then you are likely going to fail. Okay, not every day here on YouTube we the farmers who are trying to, you know, bring out the things that you've been learning, like based on our research or based on other reasons, right? So you think that okay, you trying to implement the same things, then you are going to get that same result, right? Which is not like the best thing you should do at all. Okay, so back from structure, nesting boxes, medications, environmental practices to be able to manage like the sanitation of the farm or the backyard or just the small scale that you are having. Okay, and also if you know how to like improve your source of income, let me see, you having like you are into the rabbit with the purpose of meat, right? With the purpose of meat, and you think that okay, just the meat, just that's what you are specialized in. Meanwhile, you can be making money from the poop of the rabbit, the urine, the fur of the rabbit, and other stuffs. Okay, so don't limit yourself to just one thing only. Okay, that's what this farming has taught me a lot about. Okay, don't limit yourself to one thing only or one source of information only. Okay, what might be working for someone, it is not the same thing that's gonna work for you. Okay, that's number one. And also, looking at that person succeeding with that style of doing it doesn't guarantee you of being successful in that side as well. You know, it might be maybe the person is using it, he has been successful in that part, but when you start using it, you fail again, you fail. Then you think that okay, maybe you see what they're doing, they are just chewing on the rubber, which I don't want them to. So I would say you should always know what is working for you. I'm sorry for the noise. If you are listening to that music at the background, I'm really sorry. So you should really know what works for you, then try to repeat that every time you are into the specialized way of doing it. Okay, so, and again, knowing the right reason why you are into farming would help you a lot. Okay, knowing the reason why you are into farming would help, like the purpose of you having the rabbits. Okay, is it for meat? Are you producing fur? Are you producing manure, or are you producing them as breeders? Okay, now all these aspects are very important, which means that if you are specialized in one of these aspects, then you should really dive into it as much as possible, right, to get every details of it. You know, so with breeding, you know that you are looking at you are not looking at maybe weight, you are not looking at, maybe it might be important, but our main focus wouldn't be on weight or color of the rabbit, or just that it is mainly focused on how to maintain the line breed, right, to maintain that breed, to maintain like the production of that breed. You know, if a breed is into existence, how to keep it for a long time and all that stuff. And if it's like with the meat aspect, with the breeding aspect, you are looking at the breeding, pure breed, hybrid, mixed breed, whichever breed you would prefer. You are looking at how to keep that breed, you know. But when it comes to meat, we are looking at the weight, the breed, and how to like attain certain weight in certain amount of time, right? That's for the meat, right? And with producing fur or manure, it also requires maybe a lot of feeding, a lot of water for them, you know, in order to produce much of what you want. Okay, so knowing the reason why you are into farming is going to help you to cut your studies short. Okay, because just think that you are fumbling around, like everything you see, like every video you see, you want to watch it about rabbit farming, you want to watch it, you watch, you learn some things from it, another video you learn some things from it, then it comes like you have so much things inside your head you want to start with, right, as a beginner. So you knowing what you want to do, it will save a lot of time. Some might not even watch the video till this part, but no worries, if you are still here, I'm really glad for that. Okay, so let us now talk about the nesting boxes. Okay, with the nesting boxes too, there are some key things you need to consider before you having the right nesting box for your breeds. Okay, now you need to consider if you are into the outdoor system or the indoor system. Okay, now with the indoor system, it's more of like it is easy for you to use any type of nesting boxes, right, from the wooden one to the plastic ones or the ones that has been used by wire mesh. You know, some people use wire mesh nesting boxes. Okay, that's with the indoor system. And with the outdoor, it's more of like using the wooden ones in order to control the weather condition, you know, to not affect the kids, right? So one mistake that I did with that I made a mistake, so it led me to fail. Like this year my rabbit production wasn't as good as any year that has come to past, right? So I used the wrong nesting boxes. Okay, I used the wrong nesting boxes for the wrong system, right? So I was using, you know, if you would remember, I did a video on the nesting boxes using the gallon for the nesting box, which is the plastic, and I didn't focus on the system that I was into, right? I didn't focus on that, so it made me use these plastic nesting boxes, which in the long run it didn't help, right? But in a period of time it did take like a while. We were able to control the mortality, right? We were able to control it, but in a long period it didn't help at all. So that's what I want you guys to really consider if you would want to succeed in this rabbit farming venture. Now remember, in every business you are going to fail, right? And one thing many people like try to dodge is that there are some key like tricks, or there are some, you know, like, let me put it like a magician method, or some, you know, some sort of like something that can make you avoid that, you know. But in every business you are going to fail, and if you don't fail, then you are not doing it right. Okay, in terms of failing, you are experimenting. You are, based on your research, you implement. Based on your research, you know what works for you and what doesn't work for you, if you are going to change it or not, you know. So venturing into businesses, you know, to just have that mindset. You starting, you know, a starter or a starter with a pro, you can differentiate between them, right? A starter and a pro, you can differentiate between them, right? So you starting, just have the mindset that okay, you started your rabbit farming, right? You've started, and within 3 to 6 months, you know, you are expecting to start seeing much litters on your farm, you know. But that's not the case. In this period of time, you should be expecting that okay, like your first production, you would have like a 65% mortality rate, right? If it is done right, you will have maybe 65-50%, or even maybe 45% mortality rate, you know, as for a start, right? Even with pros, at least 20-25-30% mortality rate in a year is more likely to happen, right? Because you cannot, you know, save each and every liter that comes, you know. So just have that mindset, and you would be good to handle these businesses right. So with the people who start and think that in a period of 1 year they want to start seeing like much liters coming, you know, selling them and making that money, you know. So just focus on long terms, right? Just focus on long term. Like if it were to be someone, maybe a beginner facing this kind of problem that I'm facing, then the person might think that the best solution, right, the best solution they can ever have is to sell out everything, right, including the cages that they spent much time on YouTube watching videos on how it is done, like selling out everything, right? Selling out everything, you know. But if you understand you have a long-term goal that you want to accomplish, then you are good to go, right? You will be successful. But if it is done in the right way, then you are able to manage each and everything that comes your way. Even when it happens in the future, you know how to deal with it. So yeah, I'm trying to you know, start everything all over again. I've been in this rabbit farming venture for like 5 years now. Since I was like 12 years old, I started. So now it's been like 5 years now, and I have been having some breaks in between these years, you know, because of my education. So I could start, maybe I would have busy days, you know, studying. So I would decide to maybe sell out some of the rabbits, keep some for like meat. That's just the mindset we had as kids, you know. But as we keep on growing, we are having new mindset. We're having like more clearer goals to accomplish, you know. So this puts your mind in the right position, like you are in for the long term, right? Whatever happens, you are in for the long term. Okay, so I've been having mortality rates like each and every time, and based on how I have structured my cages, and the weather condition hasn't been so well for me at all. That's why it's been like 2 months now, no production. 2 months now, no production, because the weather has been so like not going well for me. It seems we've been the rainy season in Ghana here, and we are out of it, but still we are having, you know, occurring rainfall, which makes it very difficult for me to, you know, continue with my breeding. So yes, I'm trying to, you know, start everything again. I'm trying to, you know, embark on a new journey, and I'll you know, I want to document each and every, like everything I do at this backyard, you know, from setting up new structures and having new ways of doing things, you know, learning from others, but having my way of doing it. And you know, I would just love it to share each and every journey that I'll be taking on this rabbit journey, right? So I will just let you guys know, like, if there's everything new that I would want to try, because for me, I would want to experiment first. If it works for me, then I'll keep it. If it doesn't, then I'll change it. Make sure that I'll have the right way of doing it. If it works in my favor, then I would let you guys know, and I won't let you guys miss out on everything we do here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for today, and I hope you would really learn something from this. Yes, and don't forget, in every business you would feel to succeed, right? You would have to feel to succeed. That's what has been keeping me in this you know, journey for so long, right? So I would really love to share everything, new things that I will bring up. I will share it with you guys, and I would make sure that everything I experiment here, you know, in order to better rabbit farming industry, I will just share it out here. So if you are interested, just kindly hit that subscribe button. And now we are trying to create a new family altogether. You know, we'll continue. If it doesn't work, we'll find another solution, right? So yes, I guess I will leave you guys. Yeah. So until next time.